Assalamualaikum and a very good morning everyone. How are you feeling today? Alright, so today will be our first lesson using textbook. Hari ini adalah hari kita akan menggunakan buku teks. Jadi teacher harap everyone is ready with their textbook. Semua orang dah bersedia dengan buku teks. And please open your textbook page 1. Buka muka surat. Alright, now, okay, look at the page. Tengok muka surat tu. What can you see in the page? Apa yang kamu boleh nampak dalam muka surat tu? Apa dia? In English please. Dalam bahasa Inggeris, it's books. Jadi kamu boleh nampak buku dalam muka surat itu. Alright, so our title for today is Reading, a Window to the World. What is the meaning of reading? Apa itu maksud reading? Very good. So reading is membaca. A window, what about a window? Tingkap. Okay, now point me to a window in your house. Tunjukkan teacher mana tingkap dalam rumah awak. Jadi semua orang, all house has window. So reading a window to the world. What about world? World. What is the meaning of world? Dunia. So jadi membaca adalah boleh membuka pintu ke dunia lain. Okay, jadi membaca boleh membantu kamu untuk maju dalam hidup. Reading helps you to succeed in the world. Alright, now, so we can see in the page there are some books. Can you read the title that is on the page? Bacakan teacher beberapa tajuk buku dalam muka surat itu. Are you done? Alright, now teacher akan baca tajuk. I will read the title and I want you to point the book with your finger. Teacher akan baca tajuk dan teacher nak kamu tunjuk mana dia tajuk yang teacher baca ni dekat muka surat itu. Okay, now the first one, The Curse. Where is The Curse? What about Ibn Stories? What about Tun Abdul Razak? A Personal Portrait. What about Author of Beauty? Poetry book. Adventure on Penang Island, or Traumation Nation. Alright, so that's all the titles. Alright class, now let's look at the words that's on the page. Kita tengok pula perkataan-perkataan yang ada dalam muka surat tu. At the bottom of the page. Bottom. What is bottom? Bawah. Jadi kat bawah muka surat tu kita tengok perkataan. How there are 6 words there. So now, when I read the word, I want you to point the words with your finger. Teacher akan bacakan perkataan itu dan teacher nak kamu gunakan kamu punya jari untuk point, untuk tunjuk mana perkataan yang teacher baca ni. Alright, now, first one, horror. Where is horror on that page? How do you spell horror? Very good. Now, the second word is poetry. Where is poetry on that page? Use your finger to point the words. Gunakan jari kamu untuk tunjuk mana perkataan itu. Alright, how do you spell poetry? P-O-E-T-R-Y. Very good. Now, next word, science fiction. What is science fiction? Where is science fiction? Mana science fiction? Point it. Tunjuk mana perkataan itu. Alright, very good. How do you spell science fiction? S-C-I-E-N-C-E-F-I-C-T-I-O-N. Very good. Now, let's look at the next word. Autobiography. Where is autobiography? Very good. Now, spell it for me. A-U-T-O-B-I-O-G-R-A-P-H-Y. Very good. Next word, adventure. Where is adventure? Very good. Now, spell the words for me. A-D-V-E-N-T-U-R-E. Alright, now, last words on the page. This one should be easy. Perkataan yang terakhir, patutnya sedang untuk kamu. Folklore. Point the words. Very good. So, how? Now, spell it for me. F-O-L-K-L-O-R-E. Now, what are these? Apa benda ni? Rasanya apa? So, we have these words and then we have the books. Kita ada perkataan-perkataan ini. Lepas tu kita ada buku pula. Rasanya ni apa maksud dia? Okay, ini adalah jenis buku. Apa dia jenis-jenis buku dalam bahasa Inggeris rasanya? Apa dia rasanya? Siapa boleh teka? Alright, kalau jenis-jenis buku dalam bahasa Inggeris kita panggil genre. We call it genre. Types of books. We call it genre. Now, you know how it sounds, but how does it spell? Kamu tahu dah bunyi dia genre, tapi macam mana nak eja dia? Pelik tak bunyi dia? Macam mana nak eja sekarang ni? How do we spell the words? How do you spell the words? Okay, once you've guessed, you can move on to the next page. Kamu dah teka, kita boleh pergi perkataan slide yang seterusnya. Alright, so the correct spelling for genre is G-E-N-R-E. Genre. Now follow me. Say it after me. Genre. Cakap lepas teacher. Genre. Again, lagi sekali. Genre. Very good. So, genre is a style or a type or a category of art, music or literature. Genre ni adalah style. Kamu tahu style tu apa kan? Type, jenis ataupun kategori untuk sesuatu benda seni. Muzik, seni dan juga buku. So, that is genre. What are examples of genre that you know? Apa dia jenis buku yang kamu tahu? Kita dah baca tadi. We have read it before. We have science fiction, poetry, adventure, autobiography, folklore. Teacher rasa teacher tak ingat lah satu lagi. Apa lagi satu teacher tak cakap ni rasanya? Apa? What is one more genre that I didn't say? Apa dia rasanya? Alright, the other genre that I didn't say is horror. Satunya genre yang teacher tak cakap tadi adalah horror. Now, look at these pictures. Tengok gambar-gambar dalam ni. What do you think horror is? Apa kamu rasa horror? Very good. Horror is something scary. Satu benda yang menakutkan. It's books that give you an intense feeling of fear, shock or disgust. Buku yang memberikan kamu rasa ketakutan, terkejut dan juga geli. So that is horror. So that's a few examples. Kalau cerita yang paling senang horror, apa yang kamu tahu? What example of horror film that you last watched? And I think everyone knows. Saya rasa ramai yang tahu pasal horror film ni. Annabelle. That is horror. Annabelle tu kategori dia horror. Genre is science fiction. It's a fiction based on imagined futures, scientific or technological advances, and major social or environmental changes, frequently portraying space or time travel and life on other planets. That is science fiction ni. Based on the pictures, what do you think science fiction is about? Pasal science lah kan? It's about technology. Usually it happens in the future. Soalnya buku ini dia berlaku di masa depan. Di mana maybe we'll have robots living among us. Kita mungkin akan ada robot yang dalam cerita tu. Okay now? So that is science fiction. Give me an example of film that is in science fiction genre. Bagi saya satu contoh filem yang ada dalam genre science fiction. Apa dia rasanya yang kamu tahu? One example. Alright, so next slide. The next category or the next genre is adventure. Okay, look at the page. Look at the slide. What can you see? What can you guess? What is adventure is? Apa itu adventure? It is a book or there are books where the protagonist goes on epic journey either personally or geographically. Ialah di mana watak utama, the main character in the story will go on a journey, akan pergi mengembara. So that is adventure. The next one is poetry. Poetry. So it is collection of poems that work together or feel related in some way. Dia adalah poetry ni adalah buku yang ada mengumpulkan berbagai jenis poem, berbagai jenis pantun, sajak. Okay, that is what we call poetry. One famous poet in English is William Shakespeare. Salah satu penyajak yang terkenal adalah di England adalah William Shakespeare. But what about Malaysia? Who is a famous poet in Malaysia? Kenal tak? Do you know who is a famous poet in Malaysia? And the next genre is autobiography. So it is a self-written account of one's life. Ia adalah buku yang menceritakan tentang kehidupan seseorang yang wujud dalam dunia ini. Contoh adalah a book about Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, buku tentang Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. So that's what we call an autobiography of Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. Or maybe an artist, an actor, maybe like a book about Niloufar, you know. So that's what we call an autobiography. And the last genre is folklore. So it is a collection of fictional stories about animals and people, of cultural myth, jokes, songs, tales and even quotes. Ini adalah cerita hikayat. It's fairy tale, it's made up, it's fictional. Ianya mungkin bukan tentang orang yang betul. Maybe a story about Puteri Gunung Ledang. That's what we call a folklore, a fictional story. Alright, once you're done reading all of the slides, please do not forget to press the practice. Dah tengok semua slide ni, jangan lupa untuk buat practice yang teacher akan bagi ataupun klik dekat situ practice. Okay?